If I could only bring one piece of equipment into the cockpit that wasn't installed in the airplane, it wouldn't be a headset, wouldn't be a GoPro, or even a handheld radio. It'd be an iPad mini. Now, I'm not knocking panel-mounted avionics, and it's definitely not saying that you should rely only on an iPad to fly the airplane, but when it comes to flexibility, situational awareness, and reducing workload, the iPad mini does more for you in the airplane than just about anything else you can carry in a flight bag. The most obvious reason the iPad is relevant is because it grants you access to your preferred EFB or electronic flight bag. Whether you use ForeFlight, Garmin Pilot, or iFly EFB, and hey, maybe even something else, the iPad mini gives you a clean, consistent platform for charts, weather, traffic, flight planning, and performance calculations. Now, I'm not here to crown the best EFB, and I have my own opinions because they all do things a little differently. But pilots tend to gravitate towards what matches their panel, their training background, and their personal workflow, and that's okay. For example, if you want maximum integration with your Garmin panel, then naturally, Garmin Pilot will be your choice. But if you're looking for the fastest innovating platform, then ForeFlight might be right for you. And iFly EFB works well if you're budget conscious or looking for maximum cross-platform support across a variety of different operating systems. The real advantage is that the iPad lets you choose the ecosystem that makes the most sense for the type of flying that you do. Okay, now another huge advantage is redundancy. If you buy the cellular version of the iPad mini, it has a built-in GPS receiver. You don't even need an active cell plan for this to work, and it gives you independent position awareness separate from the airplane. Or, if you're like me and you don't have the cellular version, you can pair the iPad with a portable GPS, such as a Stratus or a Garmin GDL, to take your GPS accuracy to the next level. Now, let's be very clear. This is not IFR certified equipment, and it's not something you should plan to use as your primary means of navigation in IMC. But as a backup, especially in the event of an electrical failure, partial panel situation, or loss of a panel-mounted GPS, it's an incredibly capable situational awareness tool. So the whole cadence of this isn't about replacing certified equipment. It's about layering safety and providing added convenience. Okay, so a lot of people, like myself, were tempted to go with a full-sized iPad, especially because they're often cheaper. But in the cockpit, the Mini really shines. It's large enough to be useful, but often small enough to stay out of the way. To give you a sense of scale, the standard iPhone has a 6.3-inch screen. A full-size iPad has 11 to 13 inches. But the iPad Mini, we're right in the middle at 8.3. You can operate it one-handed, so it doesn't block the controls or instruments, and it's easy to stow during critical phases of flight. Oftentimes, when flying IMC with my dad, he would just remove his knee board altogether and hand it to me on short final, which is not a problem with a display of this size. The iPad Mini feels like it's designed for the cockpit and not adapted to it. And compared to using your phone, the advantages are pretty clear. The larger screen means less zooming, less heads down time, and better readability in turbulence. Having a second device for in-flight use is nice because it lets you do what it does best: text, calls, and being your camera to capture those epic sunsets. Mounting matters too. An iPad mini feels pretty natural on a kneeboard, whereas a phone mounted to your lap can be kind of cramped and awkward. If you're planning on using your phone for navigation in flight, I'd recommend a panel or a yoke-mounted option over a kneeboard, but that's just my personal opinion. Now, with all of this said, it's important to realize that this tech isn't bulletproof. I've often had issues with overheating in the peak of summer, and it's not unusual to run out of charge in the cold winter months when battery capacity is reduced. Because of these reasons, I still carry a paper sectional with me, and in the event that I need it, it'll never let me down. It's important not to let the iPad become a crutch. You should always be able to operate the airplane, navigate, and communicate without it. The iPad is there to reduce workload, not replace fundamentals that we learned in flight training. Now, practically speaking, this means you should start every flight with a fully charged iPad, carry backup power if possible, ensure that databases are current, and manage extreme temperatures to the best of your ability. Used intentionally, the iPad can be an incredible tool. Used carelessly, it's just another failure point. Okay, another reason that the iPad mini is so valuable is that it scales with you as a pilot. The same device that works well for a VFR pattern flight does the same for a long cross-country or an IFR trip. You're not changing tools, you're just changing how much information you're choosing to use. Early on, maybe it's just a moving map and a traffic overlay, but as your flying gets more complex, you'll start layering weather, fuel planning, performance calculations, and approach plates. The hardware doesn't change one bit, your decision-making does. And that continuity matters a lot in training. So, whether you're working on an instrument rating, staying current, or flying with different instructors or aircraft, the iPad mini gives you a familiar workflow every single time you strap in. Your charts look the same, your procedures are organized in the same way, and your briefing process doesn't reset every time you change airplanes. That consistency reduces cognitive load, especially when you're already task saturated. Instead of spending that mental energy figuring out where your information is, you can focus on what the information is telling you and how to act on it. This is true for students, certified pilots, and even the more experienced guys. The iPad mini quietly becomes the one constant thing across your flying, and that's part of what makes it so valuable. So no, the iPad mini doesn't replace your panel, and it doesn't replace good decision making or basic stick and rudder skills. But because it's flexible, aircraft agnostic, and an adaptable tool, it has earned a permanent spot in my flight bag. Not because I can't fly without it, because when used correctly, it helps me fly smarter and more efficiently. Okay, that wraps it up for this video on the iPad mini. I hope I've convinced you on how much of a tool and an asset this device really is. If you like this video, be sure to check out some of my others on the channel. My name's Cam Carr, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.